All right, good evening, everybody. Welcome to another great Tuesday evening stream. I'm your host, Ryan from Mista Rau's Gaming, and boy, oh boy, do good one for you here tonight. And I cannot wait because this is Unmatched Adventures tonight. Tales to Amaze, and gosh, did they nail the naming of this product? It is simply, spoiler alert, it is simply amazing. At least to me it is. So, oh boy, okay, what is going on in Mista Rau gaming land right now? If you're following me on my social medias, or if you're following me in the Tabletop Express Discord channel, which link in of this video, if you would like to join that Discord server, it's an amazing community. You'll probably notice that I've been gaining a few items as of late. I've actually got a huge stack down here, right down here beside me. They're not actually all visible right now, but man, oh man, do I have quite a few lovely things that I do want to get played before the end of the year, which luckily next week is the Christmas break for us at school. So I am patiently awaiting that I'm going to be able to get some gaming in over the holiday season. And welcome to the stream, Tyler, as always, joining us this evening. Good evening, Tyler. How are you doing? Tyler, I even know that I've managed to finally get myself a copy of Nucleum from Board and Dice, and a couple of my favorite designers, Simone Luciani and David Turksey. Can't wait to get that one to the table. That is a heavy box of cardboard that I can't wait to dive into. It's right there. It's right up there in one of my like next to play lists. Oh, what else do I got down here? Fox Experiment finally came in from crowdfunding, so I finally got to. I'm gonna finally get that one in. That one also has a solo mode and can play multiple people. What else is down here? Utanahora is another one that is there. Tyledum is in there. Last Light, finally get that one in. Oh my gosh, so many other things in here. World Wonders is in here. Gosh, I got so many things going on around me that it is crazy times. Tyler says 6 plays of it already in the last 2 months. Be prepared for a horrible insert. Board and Dice aren't known for their great inserts, especially as seems like the more components you have, the worse you're actually going to get. So have to find some sort of system in the meantime before maybe I don't know, hopefully a company like Folded Space or something like that comes out with. Folded Space has been usually working with Board and Dice and some of those other Czech Games editions, that they will get some decent inserts maybe created or made. So hopefully, fingers crossed, that actually ends up happening. This is going on in our next week. I am going to be taking the week off, so there will be no content next week, at least in live content, but I'll let you know that there are some special videos that didn't make it onto my December calendar. There are some special videos that I did manage to get recorded the other night that I will be releasing. It's a kind of like a 3-episode series where I've got my top 10 games of 2023 that I haven't played yet. So take a look for that one. Then I've got my top 10 games of 2023 so far, because they're the ones that I did manage to play in 2023. And I ranked the ones that gave me memorable experiences this year so far. And then I have also got my top 10 games of 2024 that I'm most excited and hyped for next year. So a 3-video series gonna be coming out next week. I'm probably gonna release them the tail end of the week, beginning of the week is Christmas. So let everybody enjoy their family times and everything around that holiday season. But we'll have probably scheduled for like a Wednesday, Thursday, Friday kind of series, kind of going into leading us into the new year. And then finally kicking off the new year, I will be streaming once again. I am going to be having my very first stream of the year is going to be Riley Stock and his partner Kimmy are going to be coming on. We're going to be playing some Astra from the Mind Clash Games Light series. So definitely going to be looking forward to having Riley back on the stream. It says very nice. Definitely have some Kickstarter Game Found campaigns that I can't wait to get next year. Yeah, there are a few that are. I don't know exactly which ones are going to be fulfilling officially in 2024, but I do have some games that are going to be here. Hey Jesse, welcome to the stream here. Glad to finally see you today. Yeah, yes. Oh, you guys miss me a lot. Oh boy, what else is on the horizon here? Oh, starting in the new year as well. Let's just keep the good times rolling. Starting in the new year, you can be looking forward to the Mista Rau Gaming Talking Tabletop podcast that is going to be coming out, where I'll be collaborating with a whole bunch of other content creators, and whatever they decide they want to talk about, we're going to produce a podcast for you about that. So that's dropping officially January 3rd. I think it's going to come out every Wednesday morning, and it's going to be a bi-weekly podcast. So every 2 weeks after January 3rd, we'll be expecting a new show. Don't exactly know how it's going to be, but I do know that I've been inviting other content creators to create segments for the show, and it's just going to be a string of a whole bunch of really small segments from a whole bunch of different content people or gamers or anybody that wants to contribute segments to the show. They'll be more than welcome to do so. So keep your ears posted to your favorite podcatchers and keep notified on the social media networks, especially my YouTube channel here. I'm very active on Blue Sky, and if you're not active on Blue Sky and you want to be active on Blue Sky, give me a shout. Send me an email, misterraugaming@gmail.com. I've got a whole bunch of invite codes over to get over onto Blue Sky. If you want them, I've got a bunch to hand out. So if you really want to get on over there and follow me there, that's definitely. You can also follow me on Facebook. I'm also on Instagram. Yeah, I'm also on Threads. All of those things. Snazoo, welcome to the stream. Welcome back. As always glad to see you here. Okay, and I think that is all of the updates that I think we need to get through for tonight. A little bit of update of all the games that have been coming in. I hosted the Mista Rau Gaming Game Night this past Friday night at my local game store, Amazing Stories. Lots of great games got played. Last Light got played, I saw. I taught Tesseract to a few other people. And there was also some games of Apiary that were managed to get going on that night. It's always a really, really fun time when we get to host those game nights I'm glad to see new faces that are coming out to do those events. It's just all around good times. Vincent is in the chat. Thank you for joining us once again, Vincent. He's saying hello, everybody. And hello, Vincent. Yay. Well, I think it's about time we can shift on over to Unmatched Adventures. And before you do, make sure that you are, if you haven't done so already, smash the like button on this video. Give it some likes. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, subscribe to it. Notification bells are only there if you want to get notified every time that new videos are coming out. And especially you want to get that notification because I got that 3-video series coming out next week where are my top games that I haven't played in 2023, the top 10 games that I did play in 2023, and my top 10 games that I'm looking forward to in 2024. Stay tuned for those ones. That's going to be a really fun series. I really interested thoughts are on those. Okay, I'm switching on over to my game area where I'm not completely set up just yet. I was running a little bit behind, but I think I've got most of the things kind of in some areas and all around here. So yes, we're going to be taking a look at, we're going to be playing some Unmatched Adventures. Again, this is a really cool thing that these companies are doing. Ashes Reborn was the first one this year that did it for me, where they took a competitive game that I really enjoyed and they made a solo cooperative experience out of that game system without changing the magic and the core aspects of the gameplay. And now Unmatched Adventures is doing the same thing for me, where they're really staying true to the Unmatched DNA and the Unmatched gameplay, but now we can actually play it cooperative against a big bad scenario. And the core box here does come with 2 scenarios. We're gonna take on Mothman here tonight, and he comes with a very beautifully done miniature. Very nicely done. Very nice miniature of Mothman here, and he is going to obviously start. He starts right there, smack dab in the middle of the board here, and in the Mothman scenario here, there are these bridges across, I believe it's Manhattan here. There are these bridges all the way, all around the place in here, and he is going to be destroying these bridges. These bridges right now provide us with some nice benefits if we're able to get adjacent to them, and we can actually use some of their benefits. But if he manages to destroy all 4 bridges, we've lost the scenario. We're going to win the scenario if we can defeat, I believe it's defeat him and his minion. Oh gosh, now I see it's been a week. And special rules, enter the game, end game ends when the player wins by defeating the villain, right? Or when the players lose. Oh, okay, so it's just have to defeat the villain. That's it. Okay, maybe I've been playing on hard mode. Maybe that's why I've been successful a couple times here. We have to defeat the villain, but he is also going to have a baddie minion, and there are 6 of them to choose from. And I like to just kind of I'll just randomize this tonight for ourselves. But I'm just going to randomly, but there are 6 different minions that we can play against that are going to team up with Mothman here. Tyler says, this is one game I would really like to try, but don't know anyone who owns any of the boxes. That's unfortunate. I own all of the Marvel sets that have come out, and and Jesse here's Mothman is just a misunderstood cryptid. Oh my, that's actually really funny at this stage. But if you don't own anybody with the boxes, the Marvel sets are really kind of cool, but this box does come with 4 characters that you can play and are compatible with playing against other box sets as well. So if you just picked up this and you just wanted to play it solo, just to kind of give it a shot, and you can also just play this competitively with those 4 characters as well, you can definitely do that. And I guess before I even get into this, I got to make a mention that just today I managed to grab myself a copy of Unmatched Deadpool. Oh my goodness gracious! There was a guy in our local Facebook group that posted that he was selling it at a ridiculously low price. And ridiculously low price compared to what the market values are for these things going at the time. So thank you, David, for if you're watching this stream. Can't believe that I finally actually have it, and at a ridiculously good price. So maybe Deadpool might make an appearance tonight. But yeah, so now my Marvel collection is now complete for Unmatched. Tyler says here, definitely will add it to my wish list after my Rolling Realms haul. well done on that Rolling Realms haul. You got it all. You went all in. You took a nosedive into the deep end, and that's just the way you're gonna. And yes, Vincent, it says I agree with Tyler. I think this is a neat game. I love and you, yes, Jesse, yes, you do love your cooperative games, and yes, Deadpool is now in here. Okay, so I'm just gonna quickly just give these a quick shuffle. We're gonna figure out what minion we are going to play. We're gonna play with against with Mothman, and that is going to end up being. Let's just grab this one from the middle here, and we're gonna take on Mothman and the Jersey Devil. Excusez-moi. Okay, so the Jersey Devil is going to come into play with Mothman, and grab his. They just come with these little acrylic token pieces, and he's going to start on a space that is adjacent to Mothman, so he can start on any one of these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spaces. And you know what? Maybe we'll just have the Jersey Devil start right about. Vincent prefers the New Jersey Devils. Oh, beautiful. A good friend of mine is a New Jersey Devils fan. Yeah. Oh my gosh, Braden. Yeah, if you're watching the stream, Braden, we need to hang out sometime. Okay, so we'll take along that. I have to choose my character for this evening. Actually, wait, we're going to take on the Jersey Devil, so I better grab the Jersey Devil cards. There they are. Jersey Devil's got his deck of cards that we're going to play with. Now, we're going to choose Queen. All of the character cards here. We've got Golden Bat, which is really awesome looking mirror for himself. So we've got Golden Bat is a potential. We've got Nikola Tesla is going to be also part of this is here with his little kind of fancy like Ghostbuster like pack and ray guns and stuff like that. Instant ray guns and everything like that. We got Dr. Jill Trent that is also going to be gadgeting it up with us around here. And there's her awesome. And we have Annie Christmas is also going to be joining us. And in those last two, they have some sidekicks that are available with them. There is her ready to beat up some baddies, ready to take them on. And I'm just gonna try to think, who am I going to use tonight? You know what? I'm thinking. You know what? I'm thinking we could probably just use. Well, okay. Here. I'll show you what I'm thinking here. I'm thinking between Golden Bat and Nikola Tesla. I haven't played with either of these, just yet. Golden Bat says he's got so his attacks are melee, which means we have to be adjacent to our baddies. And it says if you haven't taken a maneuver action this turn, you get to add +2 to the value of his attacks. So he gets some extra attack as long as he's starting his turn next to some baddies without actually having to move to them. And Nikola Tesla, he's got these things with his energy coils. And it says he starts the game with one coil charged. And after your turn, we get the charge. At the start of our turn, if both coils are charged, we get to deal 1 damage to each opposing fighter adjacent to Tesla. And we get to move them 1 space. So it's all about charging up his things and dealing some extra damage. Doing some extra damage. So you know what? I'm gonna try Golden. I think that's the one I'm gonna go with. I'm going to go with golden bats. So let me just try to get things a little bit set up here, just so that I got everything all over the place. Like I said, I was not well prepared for tonight's thing. There was the kids' Christmas thingamajigger was going on at their school tonight, and I was volunteering a little bit of my time. So I got back here a little bit late. So I apologize. So I'm just going to get things a little going. We're going to shuffle up the Jersey Devil cards here. There we go. Shuffle up the Jersey Devil cards. We'll shuffle up the Mothman cards. And shuffle up the Mothman cards. And then we'll shuffle up Golden Bat's deck of cards. And then I think we are going to be ready to go. Now, when you're playing this game solo, sorry, Golden Bat, you're going to start on base number. Player. We're the only player. The way this works is that each of our baddies each have 10 health that we need to reduce in order to get rid of them. There we go. Mothman, we got the Jersey Devil. Now the way that actions work in this game is that this has a variable turn order. I was introduced to this type of system in Astro Knights, where there are these 3 initiative cards, and these 3 cards are going to get shuffled, and that is going to determine when you get to take your particular turn. So each of the baddies are going to get to take a turn, and then we are also going to get to take a turn in a round. And then there's going to be some effects that are going to be taken on. So we're just going to keep shuffling up these initiative cards so that I lose track of which one is actually which. And yeah, so they each have 10 health that we're going to reduce. Golden Bat here. Let me just grab his health dial here. Golden Bat starts off with 18 health, which I am very excited for. Keep his little card here. Get rid of the books. They don't need to be around here. Okay, just keep shuffling these initiative cards. Yay. If anybody's got any other questions, by all means, ask away. But I think we are oh yeah, I'll just put them along. I'll just put them along the bottom. I don't miniatures over here, so I'll just put the initiative cards just down at the bottom. And okay, so this is going to be our thing. So the whole point of this scenario is that we're going to try to prevent Mothman from destroying these bridges. These bridges are going to get these doom tokens on them, and I got the Kickstarter upgraded edition, so I got these little miniature doom tokens. Otherwise they're just kind of little black acrylic discs that kind of go on things. But these doom tokens are going to accumulate on our bridges, and depending on how many doom tokens are on a bridge, there might be certain Mothman cards that might advance our threat meter. If this threat meter ever gets to the very final spot, a bridge is going to get destroyed, and they get destroyed in a very predictable manner. It's always the lowest valued bridge. So here's bridge number 1. Here's bridge number 2, 3, and 4. They're going to get destroyed in that order. Now, we can do our part to keeping that at bay. We can get next to our bridges and activate their effects, and therefore also being able to try to lower the doom threshold of those bridges. Otherwise, yeah, bad things are going to happen. The more and more doom tokens that accumulate on our bridges. But as long as we're next to these bridges, we get some benefits. Like bridge number 1 here says a player draws until they have 4 cards. So if you're running low on cards, you can get some more cards. Bridge number 2 here says a fighter can regain 3 health. So that actually might be somewhere neat to hang around. Bridge number 3 here says a fighter can move up to 3 spaces. And the suspension bridge says reveal the top 2 cards of the enemy's deck, and you get to discard one of them. That's actually really quite handy as well. Okay, I forgot to shuffle. I haven't shuffled up Golden Bat's deck here just yet, and this one's going to need a good shuffle because I haven't actually played with this deck just yet here. That's right, Vincent. Doom is going to be coming on in. Okay, and then this game is also going to so it follows the exact same format of the unmatched structure. When it becomes your turn, you're going to have to take 2 actions. You have to take 2 actions on your turn. You can either do what's referred to as a maneuver action, which means you get to draw a card into your hand, and then you can move your figure up to its move value. So Golden Bat here's move value is 3. You can move up to 3 spaces. You can do what's called Scheme, which there are special cards in your deck that have the Scheme icon. Where's Golden like this? It has this little yellow lightning, so you can play a Scheme card from your hand. Or the last thing that you can do is you can then just attack your opponent if you are able to. So we are a melee fighter, so we're going to have to be adjacent to our target in order to do the attack actions. All right, keep shuffling this one just up a little bit because it is a brand new deck that I have not played with. And we will be ready to go, and buckle up because games in Unmatched do not take very long. You can dish out damage and you can take damage really quite regularly. And then our starting hand is going to be 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Deck right there. Has some really awesome artwork on the back of these cards. That's one thing that they really nailed here. So let's take a look at what our starting hand is. So it looks like we've got a couple of defense cards. We've got a defense and attack card, and another defense and attack card, and one just plain old just attack card. All right, and they all have a whole bunch of special abilities on the bottom, so we'll just take care of those as soon as we come up with them. Okay, so let's get right down to it. We're here to start the game. Let's see if we can defeat Mothman and the Jersey Devil here before they manage to destroy all of our bridges. Okay, so here's the first person getting to take the turn is Mothman. Mothman's going to do so. Right now it says Mothman gets to take a turn. Now, when they take their turn, they are going to do their move effect. So it says here that he's going to be able to move 3 spaces. First off, we take a look at, is he adjacent to one of us, a friendly character? He is not, so he's not going to attack. So he's going to move to get into range of attack. And we have to see if he can actually do that with his movement points. Ooh, excuse me. And it does look like that he can get there. So he can definitely move 1, 2, 3 spaces. And now he is adjacent to Golden Bat. So now he is going to attack Golden Bat. And by attacking, it does the exact same thing. He just doesn't have a hand of cards. He's just got his deck of cards. So he's just going to say he's going to play this card as an attack. So now I'm going to take a look at my hand of cards and see if I'm going to want to defend that. And win the combat, return a random card in your discard pile to your hand. After combat, look at the top 3 cards of your opponent's deck and put them back in any order. That time seems pretty good. But I think that I'm going to play Imposing Presence here. It's got a defense value of 3, and I get to cancel all effects on my opponent's card. So I think that's going to be the one. So we're going to both reveal our cards at the same time. And so it says unimaginable terror. So he's going to attack me for 4. But I immediately am going to be canceling his effects. I'm going to be defending for 3. It says after combat, deal 1 damage to each adjacent opposing fighter. For each fighter damaged this way, add a doom token. So I canceled that effect. So it's not going to take. He's just attacking me for 4. I'm defending for 3. So I take 1 damage. So there we go. I am down to 17 health now. There we go. That is Mothman's turn. There is more text on this card, but that is going to get resolved at the end of the round. And the end of the round is once all of the initiative cards have been all revealed. So there is the first Mothman. The first one was Mothman. The next person that's going to go is us, player number 1. We get to take our turn. So our turn is just normal. We get to take 2 actions, and there they are, just like I described beforehand. Okay, so what am I going to do with my... So now I could actually use my ability. It says if you haven't taken a maneuver action this turn yet, I get to add +2 to my attacks. I have not taken a maneuver turn, and I see that Mothman is adjacent to me. I would actually be able to attack him, and if I used this card here, I would actually be able to have 3 + 2 would be an attack of 5, which is actually really, really good because Mothman's cards, most of them have a defense of 2 or 3. And I see one of the 3s got discarded here already. So I am going to do an attack against Mothman here. So he's going to play the top card of his deck, and we will reveal simultaneously here. And it says immediately cancel all effects on the opponent's card. Oh, well, I really liked the effect that was on the card, but that is okay. I am going to be attacking him for 5, but he's got a defense value of 2. So 5 - 2. So I'm going to be attacking him for 3, and I do not get to do the very fun point there. So he's already down to 7 health. Okay. That was my first action, and I think that my next action is going to be... I think I'm going to need to... Oh, do I need to maneuver right now? Do I just try attacking again? I could just try attacking him straight up just one more time. Would like to try to get down to see one of these bridges, but I think yeah, I think I'm going to maneuver. So I'm going to draw a card. Ooh, it's one of my scheme cards here, Alpine Fortress. Choose a card in your discard pile and shuffle it into your deck. Draw 2 cards, move Golden Bat up to 4 spaces. That is really quite cool. And now I can actually move him up to 3 spaces. And what ways can I go? Mothman blocks my path. So 1, okay, 1, 2, 3. I can actually just maybe just move my way down here a little bit. Sure, I'm just gonna kind of move my way down there. There's a good chance that Mothman will move towards me again. So I think that is my turn. And then, of course, the last person that's going to go is going to be the Jersey Devil. So the Jersey Devil is going to take their turn, and they get to move 3 spaces. So they will go 1, 2, 3 right next to me. And so, therefore, they are also going to attack me. So I'm going to take and I'm going to take their top card. And I guess I'm going to have to maybe choose if I'm going to defend that. Sure. Actually, let's take a look at that. I think I will defend. I will actually I'll defend with this card right here. Sight Beyond Sight. It's going to have a defense of 2. So let's reveal them at the same time here. Fort Tail Whip immediately. If the opponent played a card with the same name as a card in their discard pile, cancel its effects and ignore its value. Woo! Did I play one? No, I did not play a card that is the same name, so we are all good. He is attacking me for 3, and I am defending for 2. So once again, I'm going to take 1 point of damage down to 16. And it says here, after the combat, what is my after my combat section? Okay, wait, that's yep, that's all good. After the combat, I get to look at the top 3 cards of my opponent's deck, and I get to put them back in any order. So here we go. So 1, 2, 3, the top 3 cards, and we'll put those back in any order. So it kind of gives us a little bit of hint. This one's a 0/0. Whenever this card is put into the jersey's discard pile, you get to shuffle the discard pile back into its deck. So that's actually quite good information for us that it's a 0/0. So it means whatever damage we deal to them, we know it's going to all go through. During combat, the opposing fighter discards 1 card from their hand or the top card of their deck and its boost value. Add its boost value to this. Oh my goodness gracious, that's a bad one. Immediately, all players discard the top card of their deck. After combat, each player with 13 or more cards in their discard pile removes. Ooh, that's a nasty one as well. So I don't think we have 30. So we'll get I'll put them in this order. So the 0/0, and then the low attack, big defense, and a nasty card at the very end. Okay, put those back in that order, and therefore the Jersey Devils' turn is done. So now we take a look at their initiative cards, and we get to resolve their end of round effects in order from left to right. So the Mothman card says, advance the threat marker a number of spaces equal to 1 plus the number of doom tokens on the lowest bridge. The lowest bridge is bridge number 1. It's got 1 doom token on it, so we got to go 1 plus. We got to advance this 2 spaces already. Jersey Devil here. So I guess we really want to get rid of me. We got to get rid of those doom tokens here. Jersey Devil says each player with a fighter in the Jersey Devil's zone. We are in the Jersey Devil's zone because we are sharing light blue. Discards cards from the top of their deck equal to the threat value. Oh, ouch. Oh, ouch. So the threat value is 3. So I have to discard 3 cards off the top of my deck. Oh, it's a mill opponent. He's going to mill me out. Oh, that's not nice. Oh, that is not nice at all. Okay, and therefore, now that's the end of this particular round. So we're going to take these initiative cards and we are going to shuffle them. And we will just keep doing this until the end of the game is triggered. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay, so maybe I need to hop on over there to that drawbridge over there and maybe get rid of that doom, try to get rid of that doom token. Or limit the number of those doom tokens, because we always know we always know at the end of the round the threat meter is going to advance 1 plus whatever the doom tokens are on that place. Okay, let's see who gets to go first. And it's our Jersey Devil is going to take their turn first. They are adjacent to me already. And so they are going to do their card here. And I know what this card is because I got to peek at it before. I know that this is 0 attack and 0 defense. So I don't even actually have to play a card in defense on this one because I know exactly what it's going to do. So I'm not going to play a card in defense. This is going to be undefended. And we are going to reveal it, and it's going to reveal, hey, it's the 0/0. Whenever this card gets put into the discard pile, we got to take that discard pile, and we're going to shuffle it back into the Jersey Devil's deck here. So just like that, I know I wasn't going to take any of that damage, other than I know that I'm going to get milled all of my cards here eventually. Yes, Vincent, mill. He does say mill is the worst. Also, it's also a mechanic that me as a player really love doing to my opponents, but I don't like it. I don't like it being done to me. I really, really don't. Okay, let's take a look at who's going to go next, and it's going to be us, which means that Mothman's going to go next. Reveal the top 2 cards of an enemy's deck and discard one of them. Really, really good, but I think I am going to be... Oops, sorry, you left that on the screen here. Card pile. Shuffle it into your deck. Draw 2 cards. Golden bat 4 spaces. The scheming thing is really, really good. I'm gonna choose a card in my deck. We got some other things that got discarded here, so let's see here. Vaporizing eye beams. That is really kind of cool. If you won the combat, move one of the fighters in the combat up to 2 spaces. That seems really good. Place golden bat in any space. I'll take this one. So I'm going to play my scheme card. It says choose a card in my discard pile and shuffle it into my deck. I'm going to take this card and I'm going to shuffle it into my deck. And it's going to allow me to draw 2 cards and then move golden bat up to 4 spaces. I'll just put these in here. Give it a quick how do you do. Oh gosh, that was terrible. Terrible, I tells ya. Let's do it that way. A couple more of those how do you do's. And then we get to draw 2 cards. Oh, that's a nice attack card. Okay, so we draw 2 cards, and then we got to move 4 spaces, up to 4 spaces. I think I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, right over to there. I do like that. And if I want to, I can activate. Oh, right. I can't remember exactly. I think it has to be on a maneuver action that I have to activate. That I get to activate the bridge here. After a player completes a maneuver action, they may discard a card. Yes, so I have to actually do a maneuver action in order to activate the bridge, and when you activate the bridges, that's when you're allowed to get rid of the Doom tokens themselves. So I think that I will do a maneuver action. I am going to draw a card, and then I am going to discard a card. Discard this one. It's got a boost value of 1, which means I'm allowed to remove 1 Doom token off of that bridge. And then I could activate the card's ability. It says a player draws until they have 4 cards. Well, I already have 4 cards, so I'm not gonna. That's gonna be that. So I played my scheme card, and then I did my maneuver action. I am done my turn. Mothman is now going to go. He can definitely get into range with me. Yep, and you'll have to move the shortest route, 1, 2, just like that, and face me, and he's going to attack. Am I going to defend? Not leave their space. Rest of their turn. Sure, I'll defend with this. I'll defend with this 3. Immediately cancel the effects on the opponent's cards. So he is dealing me 2 damage, but I'm defending for 3, so I take no damage at all. So that is that, and that effect is useless. All right, so then we are going to do this. We're going to each player with cards. Oh, we are not in the Jersey Devils zone this time around. Oh, we don't have to mill any of the cards. That is fun. And then advance the threat marker number equal to 1 plus the number of Doom tokens. So there's no Doom tokens, so 1, so it's only just going to move 1 space this time around. I think that was a fairly effective round for us. And here we go. now we're now we're starting next to. Hopefully, we get to go first. I really hope we get to go first because I think we could do some good damage on Mothman this time around if we get to go first. There we go. Tiny cards. I don't know what anybody who's a fan of the tiny cards. I don't know why. I don't know why, but how tiny cards really just drive me up. I see the purpose of them, but tiny cards really, really drive me nuts. And I really don't know what it is about it. Maybe they're because they're harder to shuffle, everything like that. So I don't know. Yes, Tyler. Tyler says, give me one size so I don't have to get multiple different sleeves. Yes. Right? I know. I understand the purpose to keep the footprint smaller, but man. But good on you, Tyler. You practice safe gaming. you sleeve your cards. Sleeve your cards. Okay. So who is they have their purpose, but sometimes they are a miss. Yeah. All right. We do get to go first. Oh, I do like this one. Cough, cough. Dice thrown sleeves. Yes. The Dice Throne has some wonky card sizes. They are, I think in the only purpose is to purchase their own brand of sleeves. I got a funny feeling about that one. If you haven't taken a maneuver action this turn, you get to add +2 to the value of Goldenback's attacks. Well, I've got an attack card here, baby. I've got my super strength card that is a attack of 5. Since I haven't taken a maneuver action yet this turn, it's going to be a 7. So I'm going to attack as my first action. What do you got, Mothman, to defend that? Oh, right. Oh, wait. This actually doesn't look that great here. It says he's only defending for 1, but it says if the printed value of the opponent's card is 4 or higher, oh my God. Ignore its value. Oh my gosh. What a terrible card to get right at this moment here. Thought of if the printed cost, ignore its value. So this is ignored value. It's essentially a 0. And he's defending for 1, so he wins the combat and says after combat, if Mothman won the combat, add a doom token to every bridge. So each bridge in this game is going to get one of these doom tokens. Ouch, that was not well received by me. Here I thought I was being ever so clever. Alrighty then. So then I think, oh gosh, I think I am just going to activate the bridge that's next to me. I'll activate the bridge by discarding this card. It's got a boost value of 2, so which means I could take up to 2 tokens off of that bridge. But then I get to activate the bridge's ability, which is I get to draw until I have 4 cards in hand. Only because I know that he is going to attack me on this turn. So, okay, well, that was my. Oh wait, so wait to activate the bridge, I needed to do a maneuver action, which means I needed to draw. Which means I needed to draw a card. I would have drawn the card, and then I would have discarded the card. Yeah, discarded the card to draw up to 4 cards. I think this is just still what I have. Oh my gosh, this was a terrible disaster of horrible ordering of sequences. But I think that's the way it's supposed to plan out. Okay. I'm just going to keep these 4 cards. I think that's the way it would have worked out in the end anyways. Okay. Now we are going to have to go on to Mothman's turn here. Mothman takes a turn, so he is already next to me, so he is going to attack. Going to attack me, and I will defend. Ooh. There's no zones within space. Started this. Oh, I see. I see. Oh, that's actually really quite fun. But I think I will just play. I'll play this card as my defense card. I don't want to see any shenanigans happening, so we'll reveal. Okay, boom. So it is a 4 versus 4 attack versus 4 defense, which means there has been no damage has been assigned. So I guess I won the combat. We have to do the order. After combat, if you won the combat, move one of the fighters in the combat up to 2 spaces. After combat, deal 1 damage to each adjacent opposing fighter. For each fighter damaged this way, add a doom token to the low. Oh, right. Now, this is the part that I always have to look up because I always forget this rule, is when there are 2 cards that have the exact same effect, what is the order that they get solved in? I can't remember if it's attacker first or if it's defender first. If you're in the chat and you know that rule for a fact, here we go. Resolving effects. Mandatory and must be resolved. Blah, 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 blah. When an effect refers to some effects cause you to ignore. Gosh, where is it? Combat is resolved in the following steps. Apply combat damage after combat. After the result of the combat has been, after combat, these effects will often move fighters, draw cards, and so forth. If 2 effects were ever to appear to resolve at the same time, like we have here, defender's effect always resolves first. Big printed bold writing right there. So I get to resolve my after combat first, where it says if you won the combat, which I did because I didn't take any damage. Move one of the fighters in the combat up to 2 spaces. So I am going to move 2 spaces. And which way am I going to go? My way. Ooh. Way do I want to go? Or do I want to move? Yeah, I do want to move. 1, 2. I'm just going to move up to... I'm going to move right there. And then his after combat effects is deal 1 damage to each adjacent opposing fighter. I'm not adjacent anymore, so I'm not going to take the 1 damage. For each fighter damaged this way, add a doom, but we are not damaged. Go. Alrighty. Well, that was a very eventful turn, and Jersey Devil is now going to take its turn, and he is very far away from me. I don't think that he can get actually in range of me. 1, 2, 3 would be the lowest. Now, in this case, this was a new rule in this particular thing, that if it cannot move, if no target is within its move value, the enemy does not move or attack. Instead, we get to advance the threat marker by 1. Jersey Devil, he is not moving, he is not attacking, he's just going to advance the threat marker by 1 because he cannot get into range of us. So there's something said about still staying in range. We're not taking any damage, but since we're not taking any damage, the threat marker is going to end up moving. All right, and now we got to resolve the initiative cards here, which are advance the threat marker by 1, because it's 1 plus what's on here. So we're getting ever so close to getting that done. And then if we were in the New Jersey Devils zone, which we are not, we would have had to discard 5 cards. That is disgusting. Okay, and then we're off into a new round. Vincent says, "I vote for Ryan win." Yeah, I know I won the combat, but I couldn't remember what order that, if it's defender or attacker that resolves first. And this one, it's defender resolves their initiatives first if they do the same reveal effects on the cards. Okay, so there we go. Who's going first? Mothman's going first. Mothman is going to move one space to get adjacent to us and attack. They're going to draw that card, and I am running ever so low on cards. Dang. This is just... I think I could... Well, we'll see. I think we could take some damage. We're still sitting at 16, so I think I'm just going to sit here. And we are going to get damaged for 4, and it says, during combat, increase the value of this card by 1 for each destroyed bridge. Well, there's no destroyed bridges, so it's going to stay at 4. Okay, so then so he's going to hit me for 4. Takes me down to 12. It says, after the combat, place Mothman in the closest empty starting space. And he is already on starting space number 5, so he is not moving anywhere. Okay, and then it's going to be the New Jersey Devil. And I think, again, 1, 2, he cannot get in range of us, so it's just going to advance the threat marker 1 space. And then it's going to be our turn, which, oh my goodness. Well, I can do the Alpine Fortress. I can do the choose a card in my discard pile and shuffle it into my deck. I think I am going to do that. I'm going to do this scheme card. I will choose a card in my discard pile, that attack 5 card. I'm going to shuffle it, and then I get to draw 2. Thing is, I think there's only one of those attack 5 cards in Golden Bat's deck. If I remember, I would have to look. No, there's 2 of them. I saw it. There's 2 of them inside of this deck. That would be awesome if we could draw at least one of them. That would be really awesome if we could draw at least one of them. 1, 2. Okay. And then we get to move up to 4 spaces. 4 spaces. I can kind of just go on the other side of Mothman here. That. And since I haven't taken a maneuver action yet this turn, I am going to attack Mothman, because then I still get +2 on my attack. So this will be an attack for 5, depending on what this card ends up being. It's the 0 card. Nice. So I'm going to attack him for 5 with no defense. That takes him down to 2 health. Ooh, baby. That's good for us. That's really good for us. And then that gets put into the discard pile. So we are going to now have to we put the discard pile back in. Where's that 0 card? Gotta read. Shuffle its discard pile back into the deck. Yeah, so I have to shuffle the whole deck and the discard pile back in. So then all of this lovely stuff is going to come up once again. That. So I did my scheme, did my thing, and then I did an attack. So those are my 2 things. So now we have to resolve this stuff. So it says advance the threat marker a number equal to spaces equal to 1 plus. So this is going to be boom. It's going to destroy the very first bridge. And so now notice that these two spaces are no longer connected to one another. We will destroy the bridge. So we flip the token over and we put it up into the top space here. And we have to resolve 2 effects here. It says, first, it says, place Mothman adjacent to the hero with the lowest health. Oh, Mothman is already there. And it says each player discards a card. Oh, discard a card out of my hand. That is not fun at all. Card that one, I guess. Eek. Okay. Well, yeah, so then that was Mothman, and then this goes right back down to 1. And so now we're going to be worrying about this bridge down here, which is bridge number 2. And do I share a zone with the New Jersey Devil? Not share a zone, so I do not have to discard any cards from him. All right, here we go. Okay, folks, so we're getting down to the nitty-gritty here in the game. How are you liking the gameplay of Unmatched Adventures in this Mothman scenario? How is it how is it looking? Because I really enjoy it. I actually really enjoy the gameplay. Golden Bat here plays very different than the other. They're very different than the other characters. Vincent says it's looking good. I'm really happy to hear that. Okay, so let's go. Awesome. Like the quickness as well as strategy you have to use. Perfect. Ah, great. Happy. I am very happy to hear that. Okay, who's going first? Jersey Devil. Okay, well, this time, Jersey Devil can get next. Yep, it can go 1, 2, 3 over to there. And Jersey Devil is going to attack me, which is, ugh. Could defend for 5. It seems like it's quite a bit of overkill at this point because I have still got 12 health left. I only need to sneak 2 damage left onto Mothman. So I think we'll just not defend this one here. Jesse here is saying that it's looking fun. Glad to hear that. And welcome Dan. Dan Nix in the chat here. Welcome Dan, playing some Unmatched Adventures, and we are getting down to the nitty-gritty of this first game. Mothman's down to 2 health. Jersey Devil hasn't taken any damage, but that is okay. I don't think I'm going to defend this. I'm not going to defend this. We'll just take it on the chin. And that is okay right now. So okay, so it says he's going to attack me for 1. That's okay. Immediately, all players discard the top card of their deck. Okay, that is fun. I am going to take 1 damage for that card. And it says here, after the combat, each player with 13 or more cards in their discard pile removes those cards from the game. Oh, I definitely have 13 more than this. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I had 14 cards. So these cards are now no longer in the game. They have been removed from my discard pile. Oh my gosh. So there's actually no chance of bringing those back. Yikes. Vincent says, what? Yeah, that's the Jersey Devil's big thing, is getting us to discard cards, and then eventually this card ends up coming out and wiping those cards out of the game from us. That was fun. Said no one ever. Okay, looks like we get to take our turn now, and I don't have an attack card. I don't have an attack card. I have a defense, and I have this where, and guess what? Alpine Fortress says choose a card in your discard pile and shuffle it into your deck, and I can't do that. I can't do that one, but I'm just gonna do it just to do the drawing 2 cards. Yeah, I'm just gonna play it. Just I can't do the top part here, but I will do the draw 2 cards. Oh, look at that. Perfect. As long as I don't get that really lousy card that negates all of my stuff. I think my second action is that I'm going to use my super strength. I think my second action, I don't get the +2 bonus because oh wait, I didn't do a maneuver action. I played a scheme card first. Oh yeah. So I am going to play this. I am going to play this down. I am going to play my super strength. This is a 7. And I know that Mothman, as long as he doesn't do this crazy negating things, I am going to completely wipe him out. What's the reveal? Immediately cancel all effects on the opponent's card. So this is 7 minus 2, which is an attack of 5. And that takes care of Mothman right off the bat. That is it. Because I remember seeing that. I do not have to defeat the minion. Game ends when the players win by defeating the villain, or when the players lose because the villain achieves its objective 4 times. All the player fighters are defeated. Okay, so there we go. End of the very first game here is Mothman has been defeated. Now, that is the cooperative game here in a nutshell. You kind of got to see how how this game system is going to work. We got to play with the New Jersey Devil. Like I said, and there's 5 other minions that can go along with your big bad boss. But if you feel like that game was too easy for us, especially, well, that one, only 1 bridge got destroyed, and we took out Mothman really quite handedly. You can add these, what they refer to as amazing events, into the game, which these are kind of like the more you add, the tougher the game actually becomes. So this is a way that you can adjust the difficulty to the game play. And just kind of give you a sense of what they actually do here. It says at the literally, we can just have this one. We can be really put on a really bit of a clock here. Just literally at the start of each round. So every time that you start drawing initiative cards, the threat marker just moves up 1 space. So like that could be one of our events that actually gets put into place. Player effects cannot cause an enemy to leave its space, so we can't move enemies around. Add 1 to all of the minion attacks. You must also defeat, so this one, you must also defeat the minions to win the game. So you could start adding these into the game. And I really like it how the rule book phrased it. How did they phrase this here? Advanced play. You can make the game more difficult by using amazing event cards. After setting up the game as normal, choose 1 to 3 or shuffle and draw them randomly. The more cards you use, the more difficult the game will be. Place them face up near the board. They are in effect for the whole game. Some combinations of heroes and amazing events can make the game very, very difficult. So, yeah. We could actually, I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to set our game up again here. I will set up our game. We'll choose another, or maybe I'll keep going on with Golden Bat. Or, here's my idea. We bring in Deadpool tonight. Should we pit Deadpool against Mothman? And maybe add in one of these amazing events? I think that's a really cool way to do it. I think that's what I'm going to do here. I'm going to set up this game here. We'll choose a different We'll choose a different minion to go on to take on Mothman here. So I'll just move all of Golden Bat's cards just back into the box right now. We will use somebody else other than the Jersey Devil. Right? Jersey Devil is going to go out, and we will add in. Who are we going to add in this time around? We'll shuffle up the 5 cards here, and we'll choose a different person. And hey, welcome, Alex, Meeple and the Moose. Welcome to today. And Vincent, I guess you have yourself a great evening. Glad that you were able to jump in on the stream with us tonight. Really hope you have a really good rest of your night and rest of your week. And I will be touching base with you with hopefully something's happening in the next. I think we've arranged something for next week that will feature on the channel at some point in time in the future. Alex, we're just setting up for another game of Unmatched Adventures here. We defeated Mothman in the very first scenario. I guess it's not a scenario, but we defeated him in our very first game, a very basic game of so Dan is here saying, who is your favorite of the new 4 characters to play? Now, I haven't played them all yet. Golden Bat here seemed pretty cool. But Annie Christmas was a really neat character. I really liked Annie Christmas on one of my first plays of this game. And yes, Alex, that's a very good, very, very, very good timing for you here. All right, so for the initiatives for our minion in this scenario, we will choose the Blob. Okay, so where are you? The Blob. And I think once again, where am I going to start the Blob? Oh, we'll start the Blob right about there. Now, the Blob's got a really kind of cool mechanic here where he is nothing moves the Blob. Now, the Blob, find the block. The Blob has these tokens that he's going to be placing out over the board, and if we ever enter a space with one of these tokens, we have to take a damage. So I'm going to keep those nearby, and I'm going to find the Blob's cards we're going to have to play with. They're probably at the bottom there. Yep, there they are. Okay, so we got the Blob's small deck of cards here. And Alex here, it says, I know next to nothing about Unmatched Adventures. I played Unmatched twice. I thought it was neat, but I was quickly left in the dust with the Restoration Games released content for it. They did seem like there was a while there that they just pumped it out. There are so many different sets out there right now. And other than Unmatched Adventures here, the only content that I have for this game is that I have the I only have the Marvel sets. The Marvel sets. Tyler here says, are the boxes of Unmatched content reasonably priced? I have heard that there is a large amount of boxes for the game. Now, what am I thinking here? Dan is probably the best person to ask these questions, who is in the chat here, because he's literally saying, I will buy anything this game puts out. And he is saying that you can find great deals for them throughout the year. And I'm just trying to think of think that in Canada here, they are regularly going for, I think a retail price is around $40 for a box. For one of the big sets, and I think it's about $20 to $25 for one of the smaller sets. But definitely keep your eyes out for them. They are starting to, and I don't even know why they're doing this. Maybe it's because of I know that they are trying to stick to intellectual properties that they don't have to pay licensing for. Lots of their stuff is public domain knowledge, but other than a few things that they've come out with, like recently, like the Marvel things, which who knows how long they're going to keep that license, for those ones. Okay, so good. So on the Tabletop Express Discord channel here, it says you'll post in the Unmatched channel on our Discord page. Good, Dan. That's really, really good information. And Alex here is saying, look, a 3-character set is about 40 to 50 Canadian, and yeah, 20 to 30 for the 2-character sets. Now the 3-character sets, those ones were like some like the Marvel ones. The Marvel ones were coming in 3-character sets, and boasting 3-player rules. Most of the other sets, the other big box sets like Loveland Frog and the Battle Adventures, were both they had 4 characters in their boxes. Well, that's so much stuff in this. There's so much stuff out there for this game that they even created a I think it was on crowdfunding not too long ago, that they also kind of I think they had a storage system. I think they actually released a storage system type of thing that you could box your miniature and your cards and the tokens and stuff like that inside them. Kind of have like a neat little display kind of thing like that. Did you get in on that, Dan? Did you get in on the storage system, or are you just hoarding everything inside their original boxes type thing? Because I don't know anybody around me that actually went in on that storage system that that Restoration Games was advertising on crowdfunding. Oh, I want to say it was like really early this past year. Maybe March or April. Can't remember. But okay. I'm not gonna go absolutely crazy, but I think I'm just gonna reveal one random amazing event for our game here today. And the one that says they have skin like stone. Enemies cannot take more than 3 combat damage when defending. Awesome. So I'm going to, where should I put you? We'll put you down here to keep the loop of what's going to happen here. So they cannot take more than 3 combat damage at a time. Well, that's actually not super terrible, but it kind of does take away some of the those, the great big, heavy hitting cards that players can get. So that we might actually this might actually end up being a little bit tighter than usual, but I think I am going to play with my Deadpool character that I just got today, and there is his. Oh, come on, focus in. There you go. There is his nice little miniature. Very awesome. Okay, so he's going to start way up there. He is boasting only 10 health. And then I've got his cards all in here, and I made sure that I sleeved up those cards really quite handedly, because I do not want to end up place this set, because even though it's an out of print set, and I don't want to ever have to replace this or at any time here. So okay, so I am going to shuffle up my Deadpool cards here, and we will take Deadpool against Mothman and the Blob. And our enemies cannot take more than 3 combat damage when they are defending. So no super heavy hitting cards. They are going to be just like that here. All right. And I'm going to show off because the Deadpool cards are actually really quite cool. Dan, do you own Deadpool? It's a fine line between playing with your toys as intended and preserving things that could be very difficult to Ain't that the truth? Probably why my kids, for the time being, will not be able to play as the Deadpool character. You were given Deadpool and Bruce Lee as a Christmas gift, and you were shocked. I am shocked for you. What an amazing gift. Now, were they out of print at the time that you got them as a gift? Because that makes it even way more amazing. Makes it even way better. Okay, I think that I am. Yes, they were eBay hunting at its finest. Oh my gosh. Yeah, no, Deadpool came into my possession only because there was a guy on Saskatoon Facebook gaming group here. Shout out to you, David. Thank you very much. Selling his copy, and he was not wanting to deal with eBay at all and everything, so he posted it in our Facebook group, and I snatched it. I gobbled that thing up like crazy, and he had a ridiculous, compared to eBay prices, it was a ridiculously good deal in Canadian dollary dues for this. So draw my first 5 cards here. 2, 3, 5. And we will little counter here. And I'm going to shuffle up the initiative cards, which is a really fun aspect of this game, as you have no idea what order that all the characters are going to go in for this particular game. There we go. Right, there we go. All right, what's Deadpool's abilities here? Let's read it off here. So he's a melee damage. He can move 2 on his maneuver actions. After you attack, Deadpool recovers 1 health. Well, that's fun. I mean, that's why he starts with such a low health, because he recovers 1 health every time that he does an attack. Also, if your opponent's real name is Logan, all of your attacks are +5. OP. I don't know what Mothman's real name is, but I'm pretty sure it's not Logan. What were you expecting? Misogynistic, teenage, too busy, scrapbook, gramming. Nah, just me, myself, and your mama. That is awesome. Awesome. So, after I attack, I can recover a health. Sounds really good. All right. Oh, and the artwork on his cards are so amazing. Look at that. This one even looks like, look, it's an American Express, like it's an American Express card, and it's a little piece of paper with his computer passwords on it, or it's and yeah. Yep. Alex here says, I love buying used games. I just picked up Role Player, Red Rising, Lost Ruins plus an expansion, Juicy Fruits, and a crop. Holy, wait. Holy smokes. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games, 5 really, banger of some games for $100. You're wow. That's an awesome haul. But yeah, when you're averaging about $20 a game there for games that are averaging way more than $20 in retail, you came away ahead, sir. There are some great finds in there. Acropolis and Juicy Fruits are amazing games that don't get talked about enough for us. Okay. Okay, here we go. I think we're ready to go. Mothman's set up. Blob is set up. Got the Blob tokens over there. A Doom has been put on the very first bridge. I guess we should have randomized the bridges again. That's one thing that I forgot to do. We'll just kind of put them out here. We'll just kind of randomly put them all out into different spaces. So bridge number 1 is now the one that moves people. Bridge number 2 is the one that recovers health again. Bridge number 3 is the one that draws cards until you have 4. And then this one is going to be in the same place as well. Okay, here we go. Let's reveal the very first initiative. Actually, you know what? I think I could push this up a little bit. Just realizing so that the initiative card isn't hanging over the bottom of the screen. What you guys chatting about? That's how I felt when I was able to trade Oath for Reckland Run, Kickstarter version, White Castle, and the Circle. Wow, that's a great deal. If I had been faster, I would have gotten Dune Imperium and Earth for another $40. But wow. That guy was clearing out. Oh man, ever since you introduced Acropolis to me, I've been hyping it. Yes. Like Oath. Okay. Yeah, Acropolis. Which makes also the question, are you going to be, do you ever make trips out into Saskatchewan land during the holiday season ever, Alex? If you do, would love to meet up with you once again. Okay. I guess I don't take the turn. We got to let the deck of cards initiate their turn. So here we go. Starting it off. Mothman taking their turn. Perfect. So they are going to go 1, 2, 3 over to Deadpool here, and they are going to attack us. So they'll take their card, and let's see what we're going to see if we're going to defend with anything. Looks like we got a couple of defense cards for ourselves. We got a defensive 2 here. After combat, deal 2 damage to the opposing fighter, or move your fighter. Oh, that's actually really good for us. After combat, your opponent looks at your hand, chooses a card for you to discard. Okay, I'm not going to play that one. I'll play this one as a defense. It's a defensive 2, but I get to deal 2 damage to the opposing fighter. Or I get to move up to 3 spaces. I'm not going to do that. Let's go. Oh, wow. It's the 0 attack card, which is lovely. Which means that it's just going to shuffle up their discard pile. But so after the combat here, it says that I'm just going to deal 2 damage to my opposing fighter. So he's already down to 8. Just like that. Deadpool doing his thing. And this has to get shuffled back into its deck. And you know what, Tyler? I think that's the reason why I got rid of my copy of Oath as well. It was impossible to get 3 other people together and play at the same time. And that one, you know what? It's that continuous ongoing thing. And I don't think that it was ever going to get played enough for me. So that's why I also got rid of Oath. And I love anything that Cole Worley puts out through most part as well. Yeah, fantastic designs. If Jesse is around, Jesse is a big Cole Worley fan as well. Okay, the Blob is going to take a turn now as well. And let's see, can he get into range? Can he even get into range of me where I put him? 1, 2, 3. Definitely not in range. 1, 2, 3. Not in range. 1, 2. He is not in range and will not be able to get into range here. So it just advance the threat marker just 1 space here. Oh, I see here. Yeah, he's got. Oh, Mike. It says Mike James is in here. Welcome to the chat, Mike here. It says, I'd love to play Black Rose Wars into Deep and Tidal Blades played more often, but I will never let them go. You know what? Sometimes it's just like, I admire your persistency. I admire that persistency. I've got games around here too that I'm just never going to let go, but I don't know when I've actually all played. Valor and Villainy. One versus many, but I really, really, really love the theme of it. Maybe one day I will actually get it. Jesse says, you're my one buddy's been trying to get an Oath game started forever, but just never works. Oh, that's too bad here. Okay, so that is that, and so then I guess it's going to be my turn, and you may boost this card. That is actually really quite funny. You know what? I think my very first action. I think my very first action is going to be I am going to I think I'm going to maneuver first. Sure. I'm going to maneuver first. I'm just going to draw a card here. Ooh, there we go. There's a nice one. Move here. More so. Pull 5 cards from your discard pile into your deck. Recover 1 health. That's actually really quite nice. That would be this card would actually be really helpful against that Jersey Devil. Really be really good. And I think I'm just gonna play this attack card. It's gonna attack for 5. So Mothman is going to defend it, and so here we go. Okay, perfect. So it says unimaginable terror. He is I'm attacking for 5. It says, oh, I get it. Yeah. So I'm gonna attack him for 5. He's defending for 3, so that is 2 more damage on Mothman. So he's down to 6 health here, and then it says we have 2 after combat effects. Defender resolves there first. This after combat, deal 1 damage to each adjacent opposing fighter. For each fighter that's damaged this way, add a doom token to the lowest numbered bridge. So we are going to take 1 damage because we are adjacent. So we're down to 9, and we have to add a doom token to this bridge. And then our after combat effects is deal 1 damage to the opposing fighter if you own the Deadpool Unmatched set. Well, how about that? I do own the Deadpool Unmatched set, so I will add 1 to the damage. So he is now down to 5. That's actually really funny. That's a really funny interaction card. Okay, actually I'm going to put that there. Alrighty, well, all of the initiative cards have been played out here. So now we're going to do their end of round effects here. And welcome to the chat, Danny. Love having you here. Always love seeing you here. Just hopping on. That Mothman counter looks cool. Yeah, it does. They did do a really good job with their thing. And even on the opposite side of the board, you can do on the Martian Invasion. So the Martian Invasion counter is just actually like a little UFO, which actually should show off here before I do my... Going to assemble it here, that there is this Martian miniature that is on the other... for the other side of the board and the other encounter that you can have, and it is absolutely gorgeous and lovely. It's amazing. I love it to death. There. Okay, end of round here. Some bad things are going to happen here. Does it glow in the dark? You know what? I don't know if it glows in the dark. I think it's just that clear. I think it's just that clear plastic for it. Advance the threat marker a number of spaces equal to 1 plus the number. So we got to advance it 3 spaces here. 2, 3. There's 2 doom tokens on that one. Place an acid token in the blob space if there's not one there already. So the blob is starting to spread their acid around. Is unfortunate. Okay, so we will shuffle them up. Shuffle up these initiative cards. Maybe it's because I'm only shuffling 3 initiative cards that it feels weird that to shuffle the mini cards. I'd rather maybe just have like I don't know, maybe just have like an app where it's kind of like just a random number generator. I should just actually just have a random number generator 1, 2, 3, and just let it pick that, let it pick in the order that way rather than having to. Yes, Alex, a spinner. We need more spinners in games, or a dice popper, like good old Trouble. Okay, who's going first? Oh, we're going first. Okay. Well then. Well, yeah, Pop-O-Matic technology is ripe for a comeback. Quote of the night. Quote of the night. A Pop-O-Matic is ripe for a comeback. Yeah, you know what, Mike? If I was a much smarter person this late at night, I could just roll a d6. Yep. 1 or 2s equals top card, blah, blah, blah. Yep. You know what? That would have been hashtag smart on us. Do you know what I think? I think I'm just going to, my very first action here is just going to do an attack. This is an attack of 6. I know that I can't deal more than 3, but I think this will maybe have a good chance at maxing out at that damage here. So let's just see what the reveal is. Okay, so this is during combat, increase the value of this card by +1 for each destroyed bridge. There is no destroyed bridges yet, so that is okay. And so this is going to be 6 minus 2 defense, which is going to be a 4 damage, but I can only deal 3 damage. That's going to take him down to 2 already. Man, Deadpool is just, maybe I just got there. After combat, place Mothman in the closest empty starting space. That would be that one right there. Maybe it's just the cards that I just got off the hop. He only has 2 damage left. Oh, and I did an attack, so that means I should have recovered a health. That's ridiculous. And I think I will just end up doing a... You can boost this. I can boost that card, but I could only boost it to get it up to a 2. So that's probably not going to be enough. I'm just going to do a maneuver action. So I'll draw a card here. Okay. I'll do that, and then I can move. Sure, actually, I'm going to maneuver 1, 2, 3. Oh, wait, I can only move 2. I can only move 2 spaces. Oops. Okay, so I'm just going to move there. Oh, well, that really kind of wanted to get over here just to kind of like I just wanted to remove some of those doom tokens, but I don't think that, you know what, I'm still just going to move over there. Okay, and that is going to be my maneuver action. So I did an attack and a maneuver. Let's see who's coming at me next. Mothman. So just going to come whoop. Just going to keep tracking me down, and he's going to attack me, and I am going to defend with this card here, so we'll reveal. Okay, so immediately on Mothman's card here, it says if the printed value of the opponent's card is 4 or higher, ignore the value. Nope, it's a 3, so we're good there. Okay, so he is attacking me for 3, and I am defending for 3, so nothing is going to take care of that. So that is 0. If Mothman won the combat, add a doom to each base. He did not win this combat. He did not deal me any damage. Oh, and I had an after combat effect. If you attacked... Oh, I did not attack. I defended. If I attacked, deal 1 damage to the opposing fighter. No, I defended the attack, so that's not gonna come into play. So neither of those come in. So nothing, no harm, no foul. And then it looks like that the Blob is going to do its thingamajigger, and he can get into range of me. 1, 2. They're kind of blocking me off here. And the Blob is going to do an attack here. And I am confident that you know what? I think I'm just going to take this attack. Okay, and it's an attack. Looks like it's an attack of 2. During combat, add +1 to the value of this card for each acid token in the blob's zone. Oh, so it is in the zone because it is in the green area. So this is a 3 attack. So we will take 3 damage down to 7. After combat, place an acid token in each empty space adjacent to the blob. And there are 2, there's quite a few adjacent spaces next to the blob. Just like that. Ew, yuck, that is, yeah, it's getting bigger. Okay, well, there's that. So now we have to resolve this, and that means that this marker is going to go up 3 spaces, 1, 2, 3, and we have to destroy the bridge. Bridge number 1 is to be destroyed, so the doom tokens get transferred to bridge number 2, and this is going to get destroyed. Place Mothman adjacent to the hero with the lowest health. He is already there. And I have to discard a card. Just discard that one, I guess. And then this threat marker is going to get reduced. And then place an acid token in the blob space if there is not one there already. So blob is doing its blob thing. Okay, and then we'll shuffle up those initiatives, and here we go. Dan said, Juicy Fruits was mentioned earlier. Is it any good? We love Juicy Fruits here. It is a fantastic family style game. If you are looking for something super deep and thinky, you're not getting it in Juicy Fruits, but not every game needs to be complex and thinky. And I really enjoy the slide puzzle of how you gain your resources, and then you just trade those resources in to fulfill contracts and different things. There is a little bit more of an advanced, a quote unquote advanced mode, but it is not any more advanced than the actual gameplay. And it says, I read favorable reviews, but I haven't played it yet. A long time ago, one of the very first videos or streams on this channel, I played Juicy Fruits with Tim from Board Game Hot Takes. We played it on Tabletop Simulator, actually. Wow, that's a blast from the past. So you can check out some gameplay there. That's a long time ago. That's a long time ago now. Oh man, now I gotta find a family to play with. Oh my goodness! You know what? It's. I'm gonna put it in the light medium category of gaming. By all means, my kids play it with me quite regularly, and they hand it to me quite regularly in that game. I haven't figured out the good strategy for it yet, but I don't. It's good. It's solid. It's got a solo mode that I have never actually haven't explored yet for it. Okay, Mothman's going to go first, and since they are adjacent to us, they are going to attack. And I really don't want to defend with this card because I really just don't want to look at a card. I just don't want to get rid of my card here. So yeah. I think I am just going to... We'll just take the damage. Oh my gosh, it's a bad one. It's 4 damage. Deal 1 damage to each adjacent opposing fighter for each your damage this way. Add a doom token to the lowest. Ooh, gosh, that is not... Okay, so 4 damage. So we're taking 4, so we're down to 3. And after combat, I get to deal a damage to an adjacent fighter. So I'm down to 1. Sorry, I'm down to 2. And for each fighter damage this way, add a doom token to the lowest valued bridge. So that bridge has got 3 doom tokens on it now. That is not very Nice. Maybe I should have defended. Maybe I should have defended. Okay, here we go. Who's going next? Blob is going. That's fantastic. Blob's going to attack me, and I guess I will defend this attack. And they are going to attack me with... Oh, luckily I am I'm defending for 5. They are attacking me for 4. So I'm completely defending the attack here. After combat, deal 1 damage to each opposing fighter in the blob's zone. Place an acid token in an empty space in the blob's zone. Deal 1 damage to each opposing fighter. Yep. So we take another damage. We're down to 1 already, which is not fantastic. And my after combat says your opponent looks at your hand and chooses a card for you to discard. And I only got one card to discard, so it just gets discarded, I guess. So then it comes to me, and I've got no cards in my hand. So I guess, what am I going to have to do? Perhaps a maneuver action, so I'll draw a card. Chimichanga break? Well then. Do I have... Oh, I don't have any... Do I have any food at the table? It says Chimichanga break. It says during combat, if there's food on the table, the value of this card is 5 instead. I had a wrapper from a Kit Kat bar I had earlier. Does that count as food at the table? I'll let the chat decide. I'll let the chat decide that one. Wrappers are not food. What if I eat the wrapper? See, Alex is on the same page as me. He says wrappers are not food, but I'll allow it if you eat the wrapper. So there has to be some crumbs in there. Is there any Can you see any specks of this is a pretty clean, this is actually a pretty clean wrapper. No, I've seen Ryan eat. Nothing gets left behind. Oh my gosh, that's the cleanest wrapper I've ever seen. No. Oh my goodness gracious, you guys are gonna kill me. Okay, so if I just like chew on the wrapper, will you allow me to have this to say that there's food at the table? Because that's gonna be pretty much the difference between me winning and losing this game. At this point. So I'm just gonna let you guys decide that if I just stick this wrapper in my mouth and oh, I'm just trying to finished off that bag of chips the other night, so there's no chips. There's chips down here. There's just this wrapper from when I was setting up the game. Because I got my one action left. My one action is going to be, to attack. And I would like to have the card value as a 5 instead of a 2. But I do need you to confirm whether or not I can use this as food. If I stick this in my mouth during the attack, will you allow it? But if I just chew on this wrapper. Please, oh please, oh please. There's a few of you. It says wrapper only gives it to a 4. You have to hold the wrapper in your mouth until the whole attack action is resolved. I can do that. Oh, I take it back. I like Dan. Oh no! I like Dan's idea is better. Wrapper only gives it to a +4. Okay, Well, I'll take it. I'll take the 4. So allowing the, I'll even still stick the wrapper in my mouth for the attack. Or yes, yes. If the printed value on the opponent's card is 4 or higher, ignore it. It's not printed. So this is going to be a 4. -1 is a 3. That is enough to destroy Mothman. He is done. Ugh. Oh, that was disgusting. Oh, there you go. But thank you for allowing me to use that wrapper as food for this game. And Mothman has been defeated by the likes of Deadpool and his very stupidly overpowered cards that he has in his deck. So I guess that I can maybe include a few more of these. I think that's the way that this game goes, because once again, only one bridge was destroyed this time around. I think I need to add in more of these amazing events just to make the game ever so more interesting for the cooperative solo experience. All right, well, Deadpool takes care of Mothman. Golden Bat took care of Mothman. I'm in love with this Unmatched Adventures system. It is 100% lovely. I think if you are going to go solo, that Kit Kat wrapper saved the day. It did. It really, really did. I really do think, though, I think if we're going to go solo in this game, I think I'm going to have to amp it up. I'm going to add in more of the amazing event cards into the gameplay, and I think playing it two-handed will be the way to go in the future. But I do love the fact that they took this system and they made a competitive game, now a cooperative game, and I am all about that. Ashes Reborn did the exact same thing this past year, and I am absolutely in love with that game. And there's another game coming out next year that's doing the same thing, Santorini, with the Riddle of the Sphinx expansion, taking that competitive Santorini experience and now making it a cooperative solo game. So I'm all in. I'm all in for these products. And here Mike is saying here there are a few games I prefer to play two-handed over true solo. Some games are just better with two characters. 100% agree. There are games out there that do this quite well. I do it with my Arkham Horror, the card game, and I do it with my Marvel Champions games as well. And Alex is here saying, I really like turning competitive games into cooperative games. Yeah, I really think that if it's implemented correctly, if it's implemented well, it is an amazing product, which we have seen happen a good couple times now this year. And I really hope that the next one next year with Santorini is going to be done in the same vein. He says he forgot about the Santorini expansion, but Mists over Carcassonne and Viticulture World were both awesome. Yeah, you are right. I never did get to play Mists over Carcassonne, but I did manage to play Viticulture World, and that is a great experience. Ashes Reborn did something similar with Red Rains, also great solo. Yep, 100%. You're right, James. That is an amazing game. Go check out all of my content from my April streams and my April videos. I released a whole bunch. Actually, I think I've got a playlist on my channel here. I've got a playlist of all my Ashes Reborn content, and most of it is solo against those Chimera boxes that have come out, and I can't wait. Plaid Hat Games is supposed to be sending me the next Chimera box, which is the Blight of Nevermore. is going to be coming out very, very shortly in Q1 of 2024 coming up here. And I can't wait to get that and play it on the channel for everybody because I am in love. Ashes Reborn is probably my favorite card game at this point. I would say that with really quite confidence that Ashes Reborn is my favorite card game. All right. Well, I think that is a night for us. We got a good couple games of Unmatched Adventures in tonight. Some great conversations. Love it. Love you all. Love everybody that has managed to join me here this evening. Because this is the this is not the last stream. This upcoming Friday is going to be the last stream of 2023 when Little Rau is going to be joining me for our very special Christmas themed episode. And we're going to be playing one of his favorite games as of right now, which is Patchwork. And we have the Christmas edition of Patchwork. So we're going to play that for you folks on Friday night when school is out for the winter break. And that one should be a lot of fun. He's always a hoot. He always gets amped up for the streams, and I'm really enjoying that he is enjoying coming on the channel with us. Danny says he also excited to see the new Ashes Reborn stuff. Absolutely. And you're welcome, Mike. Thanks for joining us tonight. Thank you everybody for joining me tonight. If you really enjoyed the content of this video here, also hit like, subscribe, notification bell in case you want to get notified when all those videos. And of course, next week, stay tuned for my videos of my top games that I didn't get played in 2023, and my top games that I managed to get played in 2023. And then of course, I also have my top 10 games that are coming out in 2024 that I am hyped for. So that's a 3-video series coming out next week. Can't wait to share all of that information with you all. All right, ladies and gentlemen, have yourselves a great evening, day, afternoon, whenever you decided to watch this. And as always, thanks for joining me. Cheers, everybody. Happy holidays.